Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. We all know listening is very important. We learn a lot of things through listening. When we have to learn a language, listening plays a vital role in learning the language, understanding the language, picking up the pronunciation, the words, the sentences, its structure, and everything else. So that is why listening is very important. It plays a major role in learning a language. So that is why it is always recommended the more you listen to, the more you will be able to understand the language, to speak the language. Okay, and this is the reason why we feel lost while learning a language. We don't know what to listen to or what is really going to help us in learning the language. We listen to a lot of things, we watch movies, we watch series and other things also, but ultimately it doesn't help us to improve our English. That is why today I'm going to talk about 5 YouTube channels which is definitely going to help you in your English learning journey. And I've come up with different categories. So while talking about the channel, I'm going to describe in what category each of the YouTube channel falls in and what is suitable for you guys. Okay, so you have to be very patient and you have to listen to the entire video to understand which is the best category for you and what is actually going to help you in your language learning, and it will speed up your language learning process. Okay, on that note guys, I'm your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you to speak English fluently and confidently. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, if you want to learn English, if you want to speak English fluently and confidently, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and don't forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. That's true. So stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to know more. Let's begin now. Now guys, YouTube is very vast, right? There are lots of content which is there on YouTube. But it is very important for us to know what we have to consume or which channels we can watch to gain what kind of knowledge. So there are different categories, right? And that is why we get confused and we get lost in this journey. So if we know the right path, the right direction, the right channels which are really going to help us in our English fluency journey, trust me on this, it's really going to help you to achieve your goals very soon. So the first channel today I'm going to talk about is a general category, which is basically a channel on English learning, and this channel is called the English Coach. This channel has a variety of things. She talks about grammar also, she talks about pronunciation also, she talks about various tips and tricks and techniques also, and different things. So this lady talks about a lot of things on her channel, the English Coach, and it is a very good channel. You will get a complete spectrum of learning, how to learn English language. So you'll get to know that, and it's very easy and simple also. So you can try watching this channel and see what you can learn or what you can take back. Okay, so every channel has something specific to gain something from, right? So this channel will also help you in some or the other way. So you can watch some of the videos and see what this channel can help you with. Okay, if you are a beginner, if you're an intermediate, advanced, there are lots of categories of videos she has which will help you, which is going to help in different categories. So this is one channel you can watch to know more about the language. Okay, the second very interesting channel which I found out was the English Class, Learn English with Pictures. Now this is a very new channel, but I really like the idea. I also had this idea and I think I have come up with 1 or 2 videos on this as well. So basically, when you're learning English, you should know how to describe something, which is very important, and that is how you will get in practice of having a conversation. So that is why pictures are very important. When you see a picture, you should start describing the picture, and if you know how to describe a picture, definitely you can talk to anyone on any topic, and you can be very fluent in speaking as well, because you know how to come up with things. You are creative enough, you have things in mind, you can recall things. So this picture reading or picture description is very helpful in coming up with new ideas, new thoughts, and random speaking or on the spot speaking. So that is why it's very important to start describing a picture. And it's not necessary that you have to have a picture to describe. You can stand in your balcony, look outside, whatever you see, that is also a picture, right? That is an actual picture which you're seeing. The kids playing, or maybe the cars are moving here and there, or there are lots of people around, or whatever something or the other is happening somewhere, right? In your society, in your house, outside your house, on the streets, on roads, in the mall, in the restaurant. So there are lots of places which we all go every day, right? We all see. So we can just consider them as a picture or a scene or a scenario, and we should start describing that. We should get into the habit of describing that. So I found this channel which I found it very interesting, and trust me on this, guys, you can start getting an idea of how to describe a picture through this. I will highly recommend this channel, The English Class. Start watching some of its video to get an idea of how to describe a picture. Once you get that idea of how to describe the picture, you can come up with anything, right? You can describe anything, whatever is happening in front of you, you can describe that. Okay, so basically it will help you in getting started with how to describe a thing, right? Which is really required in having a conversation. So this channel is very, very good. I really liked it, and I discovered it very recently. So I thought of sharing it with you. The next category I'm going to talk about is, now see, I always talk about different categories. You should gain knowledge on different subjects so that tomorrow, if any topic comes up, you will be able to speak on it, right? So that is why the next category I've come up with is news or channels related to information. Basically, you get information. So these are news channels, and I'm going to talk about it. These channels come up with different topics, and they talk about it at length, or probably it's a short video, not 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 18, 20 minutes probably. So these are not very long videos, but these channels talk about different topics which are there in the market right now, or there in news right now. So the first channel is, or the third one is First Post. First Post is a channel which is related to news. It has content related to news which is recently happening, and they come up with very interesting ideas and very interesting things, and they talk about it. So if you want to gain knowledge on what is happening in the world, whether it is a digital arrest or anything else, whatever is happening, so they come up with good topics and good ideas, and they speak on it, or they give information on those things. So if you start watching First Post, you will get a lot of information on different topics and different subjects. So this is a very good channel you can start watching from today, and it is really going to help you. Okay, it's not about only news. It picks up topics which is there in the market, or there in this, on this planet basically, and they talk about everything. Okay, so you'll get to learn a lot, and it will help you to gain knowledge, so that if tomorrow those topics comes up, you will definitely be able to speak on it. Okay, and they explain it also in a very good way. The fourth channel is BBC World Services. I'm a big fan of BBC. In my last video, I've spoken about BBC Learning, I guess, wherein they have 6 minutes or 5 minutes of English learning or something. So BBC Learning also. So there are lots of channels, related to BBC. So this is another channel, BBC World Service. This is also different. They also take up different topics which is happening across the world, and they speak on it. So it's very important to know what is happening in the world, and we should know why it is happening, what is the reason, and a lot of things. So when you start watching these channels, you will get to know about all the details, and once you get all the details, it will add to your knowledge, so that tomorrow if you get to speak or somebody is speaking on that topic, you also might be able to, give some input on that, or you can also put your opinions in front of everybody. So that is why these channels are also very much essential to be a part of, or to start watching these channels also. It is really going to expand your spectrum and help you to gain knowledge or increase your knowledge on different subjects and different topics, which we usually talk about in our daily life conversations. Okay, so that is why these two channels are also very important. The last one I'm going to talk about is Resilience English. Now, this channel is very different. This channel also talks about like a lot of movie dialogues, movie clips they come up with, a lot of TV series they come up with. So they show that clip and, they start explaining it. This is also very interesting. You will get to know how to explain a situation, explain a scenario, explain a scene, or explain a dialogue, right? And these kind of things really help us in building our confidence and in practicing English speaking. So when you start watching these kind of channels, when you start listening to these kind of channels, it is definitely going to help you in understanding the language, in getting hold of the language, pronunciation, vocabulary, sentence structure, how it is spoken, and everything else. So you'll get a good exposure by, listening to these channels. It's like, it's a short video clip. You don't have to watch the entire movie. Okay, it's a short video clip. So you'll be able to focus also, right? You'll be able to focus on each word, and it's short. So, it doesn't take much of your time. So in limited time span, you will gain a lot of knowledge. You will get to know what it is spoken about and how it is spoken about and what it means and everything else. So small dialogues or small TV series scene or, a movie clip is played on this channel and they describe it. So this is also very good way of practicing English speaking. So here I'm giving you an idea about how you can start getting into the habit of practicing English speaking. But there are different ways and methods of practicing English speaking. Only listening to, tips, tricks and techniques of English speaking doesn't help, right? You have to get an idea of actually how you can, start practicing it. So description is something which is very important. You have to start describing a scene, a picture, a scenario, or anything, right? So description is very important. So you should start watching these kind of channels to understand how you can describe a thing, right? Once you start understanding how you are able to describe a thing, it will be very easy for you to have a conversation with people. Because basically in conversations, we describe something, right? We describe our experience, we describe our thoughts, our imagination, or whatever has happened to us, or any idea. So we just describe everything. So if we know how to describe anything, it will be much easier for us to speak in English, right? And have a conversation with people on it. And apart from this, of course, we have to have knowledge on different subjects. So that is why I've spoken about some channels which will help you to gain more knowledge on different, current topics which are there in the market or which is there on this planet or in this world, the happenings, new happenings or new developments in the world. So you start watching these channels, you'll gain a lot of knowledge and insight into all these things. And once you get knowledge and insight, it will be much easier for you to speak on those topics. Okay. So that is why it's very essential to broaden our spectrum. Okay, just watching movies or listening to songs or listening to cartoon movies or whatever doesn't help, right? We have to know what all things can help us, or what all things we should also include, which is actually going to help us in our English speaking practice. And one of them is knowing how to describe something or how to speak about something. So if you start watching these kind of channels which will help you in describing something or how to speak about something, a picture or anything else, right, it will be much easier for you to start getting started on your own. So that is why you can take help from these channels. Okay, so start watching these channels, see how it goes. Right? If you start understanding these and you start taking it ahead on your own, it is definitely going to help you. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.